And here he is, the star of our show, direct from the bar.
Guess what? No, it's not frozen. It's me, Denis. Hope you're having a great day. I hope I'm not going to spoil it by making it a terrible night or wherever you are. Just give me a sound check, please, if anybody can. I would appreciate a sound check. That would be great. Thank you very much for the ones who are listening. I'm just trying to get everything working on my other monitor here, but for some reason it doesn't want to work, does it? So let me put a comment on here, see if I can. Okay, let me just see, put a comment on, because I want you lot to buy me a coffee. Yes, I do. So I'm just putting a comment on now, see if that comes up. So it should come up. Buy me a coffee, yeah. So folks, I'm on the scrounge. As you can see now on the comments, I've put a link in for buy me a coffee. Thank you. The audio is perfect. It's good. It's going to be awesome later. So, going to the question and answers. If you have any questions that want answering, and basically they come through with your answers personally and privately, I would hope you would buy me a coffee. That, in other words, is like, get your money out, you tight buggers. We all need some of it. No, buy me a coffee and a croissant. Yes. And you click on a link in the comments and it takes you to buy me a coffee. And then that would be really nice, actually. So, anyway, it's just me trying to get things working, because got to keep the roof over my head, definitely. And the lights, the lights glowing, definitely. So, what is going to happen here is this is what happens. Just give me a second, folks. I've been trying to work it out all day, would you believe? And then the flipping screen, I think it's because I've got so many things running here on the background. It's just give me a second, notification here. So would you believe it's all freezing? The screen's freezing. I can't believe it. So anyway, folks, you know what to do. That's buy me coffee, please. Definitely. That's a great idea. Now, I do not know who's speaking when you say that's a great idea. All the regulars are basically, I've got your names on there. So maybe I can suggest refreshing your browser. See if that happens, because it should be like this. It should be coming through like Collins, audio is perfect. Or then you've got me here. So it's just the name. It actually adds to a different dimension, doesn't it? When we know who are speaking. So welcome, folks. Denis here. I'm just trying to see if I can get this working here, but obviously it's not. That's a great idea. Kimberly Butcher said that. Oh, I can see your names now. Amy Lanning, I hear you. Amy, long time no see, I think. Is that the American one? That's brilliant, if it is. So, I'm still trying to work this out. Just give me a moment, my friends. So, Zoe, yeah. I'm not normally this not working, but it is working. It's just me, that's all. So if I move that out of the way, yes, now it's coming up. Now it's coming up. So folks, refresh your browser, please. Please, 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 please. Pretty please. Refresh your browser, and then I might be able to see who comes up. That would be really nice to give you a shout out. Yeah, all the way from England, definitely. So let me just, integrations, notifications, This is really crazy. Okay, fine. Integration, that might work. Oh, there we are. So, stream alert. Okay, fine. This is what happens, folks, when somebody buys me a coffee. Just watch on the screen for a moment. It's only £5. It's only £5, that's all. But it's worth, isn't it? You might get an answer from this Council of 12. Costs you normally a lot of money. Well, not a lot of money, but, you know, because we're not dear. But yeah. Somebody bought you a coffee. Brilliant. That was me doing a test. So I bought myself a coffee. Because none of you tight buggers won't buy me a coffee. So that's what you do, folks. You follow that link in the comments and then it will bring that on. Okay, so I had to broadcast so all the way from another American person. Tamara Sweeney, good afternoon. Yes, it was great having you on the other week, the 99% show. Wow, definitely. We've got a lot to go through this evening, a lot to go through. So basically what is happening is in the world today. Tell me what's happening, folks. What is going on in the world? Yes, I'm all right. I'm really okay. Really fantastic. Thank you very much. How are you? Are you okay? Question mark. Oh, question mark. That's it. What am I saying that for? I know why I'm saying that. I do a lot of email readings and I've got voice application that I speak, it types. So I've got to put all the commas and full stops and everything else in, you know, so that's why it's question mark, you know, how are you? Question mark, caps on, capitalize, caps off and all that stuff. But it saves his little fingers because my spelling's terrible anyway. So I've got those low battery, but tough into it on my iPhone here. So how are you doing with all what's going on? Well, I didn't expect that, but whoever it is, thank you. Kimberly Boucher, you are a star. Thank you, folks. So, folks, take the lead from Kimberly. It will be great. This is my Christmas gift. I don't think it's too cheeky, but I don't think it is, actually. I don't think it is. But it's life. I'm getting with it. I'm getting dope. Yeah, I'm getting sad. Dope. Yeah, I'm with it. I wish they're with it. They're with it tonight. I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome. Going to be an awesome job it is. So will that go in the comments there? Oh yeah, it goes in there. Brilliant. Thank you very much. So, what we like here. Now I want someone to buy me a croissant now. I've got a coffee, now I want a croissant. So, I've been stopped a few times today, actually. One by a neighbour, and then had a few phone calls regarding what's going on. Regarding the false information coming through. I'll figure out how to buy you a Chelsea bun. Even toasted tea cake, toasted currant tea cake, even better. Thank you very much. So this is good. A little bit of banter. Well, my people come in. They've been away for a fortnight. Actually, no, they've not. They've been on my case. As soon as I sit down and start looking at the computer and I put my voice application on, they're coming through with a message. I'm thinking, is this for me or is it for the count? Is it for general? And they say it's for you. Actually, it's for you. It's for you to sort it out at the moment. So definitely. So I'm going to move that mic there. It's a little bit wobbly at the moment. The mic. It's a little bit about me. It's wobbly like me. Must be the age. So we put that there. It might just drop down so I can speak like this. Be not concerned about what the social media or what the media in general is showing you, because beloveds, it's false. What it is that we will call it the dark side, for there's many shades of darkness here upon your earth plane, but we will call it the real darkness of shade, that it is trying to manipulate you So you live in fear, in mire and delusion. You live a disappointing life. And we ask you in this way, as we come close to our instrument now, is to remind you that everything is perfect and powerful. And you have got to understand that you are perfect and powerful. And you've all elected at this time to come on this planet to go through this for the purpose of enlightenment, the purpose of ascension. Now, ascension is on an individual path. It's not granted to those who just think they will ascend. It's granted to those who put the effort into it, the effort of right thinking, of right feeling, of right understanding, of right speech towards themselves and towards other people. For when you have the right speech towards yourself, it gives you an understanding. When you have the right feelings towards yourself, when you feel that you are an eternal being, you are on a life mission, and there are many lives. In this, you know is true. If you do not know it's true, then you need to come to talk to us, and we will enlighten you. For the journey is many lives and many masters. For when you master an element of fear, you are mastering an egotistic situation. Though, when you understand and you begin to know what's going on, as somebody now just put here then, you start to know yourself. And when you begin to know yourself, you kind of step out of your own shadow. Now, the own shadow is dealt to you by the egotistic mind, not the soul, but the ego, because when you were born, the ego became body identified when the baby was slapped and the baby was given to the mother to cuddle, to bond. You then become allowed to have all the five senses and you become body identified. So the ego is body identified. It is not a spiritual aspect of you. When you understand the spiritual aspect of you, you understand what is going on. Everything around you at this moment is designed to either pull you off your path, which is soul realization. Actually, it's multifaceted. And then when you become multifaceted and you understand what's going on, you become more adventurous in living your life because you know you can't be killed. Yes, you can be killed as a physical being, but that soul and that spirit, that cannot be killed. And when you smile and when you laugh and when you sing and when you whistle, like our partner does, the ego cannot get at you. The ego, we will tell you, lives in the past. It cannot live right now in the present moment because it doesn't know how to handle the present moment. It always relates to you in the past tense. For example, oh, you can't do that because look at that happened last time. You made a mess. And what happens then? You look, oh yes, I made a mess. Oh, I better not do it in the future. And what you've done, beloved, is you've jumped from the past over to the future. And where does that leave you? You've left out the present moment. And when you move out of the present moment, when you understand where you are at the present moment, that gives you power. But remember, the present moment is lagging behind because as soon as you think about the present moment, that present moment has disappeared. It's gone. It's like 5 seconds behind. So you've got to trick yourself into thinking quickly and acting quickly. So your thought patterns are living in the now moment, but they're not. They've got to be accelerated into the future. When people say, oh, I'm living in the now moment, or the power of the present moment. Well, the present moment has gone. So the power... Thank you very much, beloved. Thank you so much. That is good. That's good to see that is working. And I know it obscures my face, but maybe that's a good thing. So when I'm channeling, I hope that doesn't put me off. But I don't think it will, actually, because they started to come in then, and now they've just stepped to one side, which is good, because in a way they say, we're not your puppet master, Denis. We give you these ideas and then we stand back and let you deal with it, because when you deal with it, you understand it. When you're living in the now moment, which is escape now, that's in the past, you understand what we're talking about. So in a way, all the masters from many years ago, they could change their vibrational rate by thinking about what they wanted. When we say thinking, they also did it the holistic way. They thought and they thinked and they felt. They felt the way through. They felt what they were after. They put their thoughts, they put their feelings out into the future, coupled with the concentration of the mind and the words, and then they could change matter. They could change vibrational energy. Things trembled before them. And this is how the superhuman in time will be. So when you feel, when you think, and when you speak as a holistic being, having an incarnation as a spiritual being, you then have all the aspects at your command to give you the right platform when you can, how you can be soul and consciousness self-realized. Wow. They're saying we're good. It's good to see you listening, Denis. For tonight, we are going to speak as Master Jesus did in parallels. We are going to speak in code language. As you are, you become. What you think, you become. What you feel is far greater than what you think. When you feel your way forward, rather than think your way forward, it is more powerful. It is like Muhammad going to the mountain instead of the mountain going to Muhammad. What you wish to do is for the mountain to come to you by your thought pattern and your feeling capacity. If you've got the faith of a mustard seed, right, we quote some things out of certain books here. If you've got the faith of a mustard seed, you can make mustard. And what is mustard? It's a substance that can nourish the body in certain aspects of nurturing. So when you have the faith, you are nurturing your soul. Let us say this again in words that cannot be misunderstood. When you have the faith, you are recognizing your divinity as a spiritual soul. You are recognizing your faith and how powerful it is at this moment. When you have the faith, you can see all that is happening in your world at the moment is false. You can see that it's there to trap you, to keep you on that plateau of non-belief. Those that seem to be in power at the moment, they want you on that plateau of non-belief, of despair, of pulling your hair out, of bumping into walls that you can't see, of giving up. And then maybe to some of you, you will consider moving off the planet by your own hand. This is what they want. They want you to live in fear and in darkness of what is truly happening. And when you have the faith, you can see through this. Now, faith is given to those who really want to move forward. When you have the faith, you can walk through the den of lions. You can walk through that because you know that because you've got the faith, you've got the courage. It sends out this energy field out of your aura, from your heart. It goes out and has this presence, and it pushes all fear away. Now, what you may think is that those people who are trying to control you now, they know they are losing the grip. So they're trying to enhance the fear factor and put you under the cosh so they can easily put you in your coffin. That is what's happening. But you, as a human race in different countries, are waking up. And it's so good to see the lights switching on. It is so good to see the eyes light up and twinkle. And they're thinking, what's going on? This doesn't feel right. And if it doesn't feel right, well, what are we doing thinking about it and feeling about it? So it doesn't feel right, then you have to in a way change the way you feel or move away from that situation that you're in that doesn't feel right. Now, not everybody is going to be on your side when you jump ship from fear to hope. The ship of hope is coming, is steaming past, quite slowly actually. It's a massive big ship. Let's call it that ship of charity, of hope. The ship that was in the New York harbour many, many months ago. We're not going to go there, but it was there for a reason. And this ship can accommodate millions, well it can't, but it can accommodate hell of a lot of souls. But if you put a soul into a thought pattern or feeling pattern, how many feeling patterns and thought patterns can that ship of hope hold? Billions. Because the thought is an energy field. And an energy field is like that. It cannot be contained. So when you have hope in your heart, it is contagious. You can walk down the street. You can speak to people who don't want to speak to you. They'll bow their heads. They don't make eye contact. But if you persevere and say hello, like our partner does, 9 times out of 10, people will remember you, and then maybe they will see you coming, and maybe they think, oh, I should recognize this person. But the fear's got hold of them, so they bow their heads again and don't want to speak to you. But as you say hello, again, good day, and walk past, they walk past you, they will have a thought pattern, a feeling, I should have responded. Maybe next time I'll respond. So you're actually working on them because of you've got hope in your heart. And because you're saying to people, good day, how are you? What's going on? You're breaking the ice. And maybe these people have got no one to talk to. Maybe these people are just consumed by their negativity, their ego. And it's your job, your mission. You as a light worker on this planet to awaken people to that understanding that they're perfect and powerful. All you have to do, beloveds, is just show them. Be their guide. But when you be their guide, you are actually reminding yourself that you have a job to do here on this earth. And when you're doing this job, those people that support you in the invisible will give you more strength, more understanding, more wisdom, more knowledge to propel you further and forward upon your spiritual path. Excuse me. Oh. while he was drinking his almond milk, we're saying to him that, we wasn't saying to him, we flashed him a picture of nourishment. When you take nourishment into the body, make sure it's the highest that you can afford. The clean water, the decent foods, the higher energetic foods, the superfoods, exercise, fresh air, meditation, bathing. Now, you're all probably thinking, why are we going down this way? Because it's preparation of the body. When you have a body that is pure in the best way it can be, then the soul is at peace. Because when you have a body which is what we say a beast, overweight, not working properly, that could be due to karmic conditions that you're working through in this life. So you have to, in a way, understand that karmic conditions are still going on in this life, individually, for you all, and for countries as well. For there are those countries that raped and killed many civilizations throughout history. You'll find these countries now going through a hard time, going through some kind of upheaval, or they're being picked on, or they're having wars, eternal wars. Nobody gets away with anything. The books of karma are being written. Now, as many people will say, well, Ascension, there's no karma. Let us tell you, there is karma still. But each and every one of you, and each country, and each civilization, that's a biggie. But we bring it to you softly spoken, so you can try to understand what we're saying. But understand it from your heart. That if you, in a way, feel your way forward, feel that you want to jump out of living in fear, feel that you want to communicate with those who don't want to communicate with you, then you are well on to what you may call your voyage of hope, understanding, self-realization, and mastership in this life. Mastership in this life is not about the astral planes. It's not about mediumship. Not about clairvoyance. It's not about psychic gifts. It's about bringing each and every gift you have together so you see the full picture. And when you see the full picture and you understand the full picture, it's like you're only seeing one candle on a birthday cake. But when you change your view, you look round the corner, there's a lot more candles. My last birthday, there was 51 candles. Oh, goodness gracious me. We tell a lie, but we don't care. But you understand what we mean. Change your view and you see the world differently. Look at yourself in the mirror, totally naked, have a laugh. Yeah, look in the mirror tomorrow and say, well, Denis said look in the mirror totally naked. And have a laugh. Because that's just your overcoat. Cocoon, the film, Cocoon 1, Cocoon 2. Remember where the lady unzipped the overcoat and out popped this brilliant white light? That's what you are. A brilliant white light of pure, accelerated bliss. You are a star. Yeah, because you were made of the same substance as stars. We could say that when you snuff it, when you croak it, when you kick the bucket, when you die with your boots on, you become a star, and you then go over to the solar system. Isn't that nice? Well, actually, we're going to better that, actually. When you die, you become part of the ocean of life again. A life is a wave going onto the beach. Let us look at the sea. Let's look at this eternal life. The ocean is always going up to the beach, depositing the wave into the sand. It sinks in the sand, and then the ocean goes back out. For that split second, or maybe more than a few seconds, the waves, the sea is on the sand, and it's coming down onto the sand. So it's having an experience of coming onto the earth. The water is having this experience of immerging itself into the sand. That's an experience. That is what you're doing now. The sea is what you may call the everlasting life. And as the waves roll up the beach, this is your life, one of your lives. And in one of your lives, you have this expression of going up the beach and then being separate from the sea slightly, but you're never separate. Because as you go down the beach, then you roll back, you sip through water, going through soil. It always then finds a level, then goes back to its source. So every life you're experiencing is a pleasure. It's for you to master. For when you master it, when you go back into the ocean of bliss, of understanding, of self-realization, you become one again with whatever you think God is, that aspect of God, that divine mother, the Sat Tat, God, the Holy Ghost, the Mother, Father. 3 aspects. The number of 3 is powerful. 3 3s are 9. I live at a place with the number 9. I mean, why I'm moving here? It wasn't mine, it was them brought me here. So there's an aspect sometimes where things are taken out of your hands spiritually. When you truly have hope and understanding, when you have that, things start to fall in place. Look at the coincidences you've had today to be here. And today we're only talking to those who have the ears and the heart to understand. There'll be those going to different vibrational shows and having different experiences. But if you're truly searching, beloveds, you have an understanding, you have a desire to become self, God realized. And when we say God, you are God, and we said this loads of times, you are God. You are G, guidance, O, on, D, demand. That is God, guidance on demand. And what God, your aspect of God, can do, can be, can shapeshift, you can do that as well, because you are an aspect of the pure divine, the mother divine. We would like to add that there is no male and female. It is just an energy that you have given it names for to represent different aspects upon your earth plane. There is a ploy. This is important. There is a ploy upon your earth by certain people to merge the sexes into one, to change the feminine into the masculine, and to change the masculine into the feminine. This will die out. For at this level of your earth and the residents on earth at this moment, they will not be able to get their minds around both sexes coming into one body. However, in centuries to come, there will be a new superhuman upon your earth. A superhuman that knows and who's come up through toil and trouble, that has come up through the ranks of despair and had many incarnations upon Mother Earth and felt the defeat of not understanding, but then stood in the front line wanting to parachute back onto Mother Earth through the body of a female to have an experience once again. Though we will say to you, congratulations, if you allow that to happen. This is why we said to you, beginning, superfoods are very important. The way you think, the way you feel, the company you keep, the music you listen to is very, very important. And by no means allow that box in the corner of the room to be speaking to you, dictating to you, and murdering your thoughts and desires to live in peace. Because every time you turn a news on that is murdering your wonderful feelings of yourself, you are putting a nail into your own coffin. Our partner had no idea this was going to happen. For the last 2 weeks he's been isolating, not really wanting to put a show on. Saying, well, what's the point? I'm not enthused, I'm not motivated. And we're saying, don't worry, because you can't be motivated all the time. There has to be a rest. When you train, if you're an athlete, beloveds, you train, but then you have a rest. You let the muscles have a rest, and in that rest, the muscles become stronger. They become more fit. They can last longer. So it's still the same when you are channeling, when you are giving inspirational speaking, when you're stood, you're giving yourself, you're emptying yourself. You leave nothing out there. You've got to have a rest. And there is seasonal work. The body cannot be maintained at 100% throughout all the year. There's got to be downtime. In that downtime, everything is working, coming together, making you stronger, making you last longer, making you feel, thinking I shouldn't be thinking and feeling that. What went wrong? So then you bring all this back, and then you have a different understanding of the thoughts that you've entertained. And then when this understanding is nearly complete, you can see through the mire and delusion of this world. And when you start to see through the mire and delusion of this world, you want to share it with other people. We will say be careful of that, because not a lot of people are at your level. And we will say, we will bring a point here, Jehovah's Witnesses. You may call it Bible thumpers. They are, with all due respect and all our hearts here, up here, they are on their path of enlightenment for them. They are only seeing it from one aspect. But when you bring all the other aspects of self-realization, of different religions with different masters and different saints and different gurus and different overlords and overseers, when you bring it together in a book of love, you don't pick on one aspect. There's an aspect which is more greater, which is more he's trying to find the right word, but we're not giving it to him. More compact. We helped him out there. It is more compact. For this is what you are, beloved. You are a compact spiritual being having this experience upon Mother Earth. And we will say to you now, with all honesty, you are doing fantastic. And we ask you to keep going. We ask you to not give up. Not in your darkest moment, because there is light above you. All you have to do is look round. All you have to do is focus within the light within yourself. Even if it's just a small spark of love, of light, that will grow into something phenomenal. Like the light behind here. This is why we asked him to put this photograph in tonight. Sit, stand, love, be yourself in the light. Love yourself before you love anybody else. And we will say this again, and we said it to many people. When we first came to our partner many years ago, while he was in meditation, we said that we are the Council of Six. And he went, what's that? He said, but we'll soon be 12. And we laughed because we saw his face wrinkle up and thought, what's this? Am I going off my trolley? We said, no, beloved, just wait. A week later, all our people were together and we introduced ourselves as the Council of 12. And one of the main members of the Council of 12 is Master Jesus, Jesus Christ. Well, while we introduced ourselves, Master Jesus stepped forward and said, Denis. And he said, yes. He said, I am Jesus Christ. And once again, we heard his thoughts. He thought he was going off his trolley, losing his mind. And we said, no. What can I do? How can I understand? He said, well, first, beloveds, you have to love yourself. This is Jesus Christ talking to him. So he sat up, closed his eyes still in meditation. And while you're in meditation, a thought pattern can last a long time. And Master Jesus stepped forward and said, we want you to love yourself. We want to talk to you about unconditional love. It's poppycock. And he nearly fell off his chair. And he said, what do you mean? It's poppycock. He said, okay, hang on to your wig. They had a sense of humour. And you could hear them all chuckling in the background. All the 11 of them saying, go on. Because they have a sense of humour. I mean, we must have, because we picked our Denis, our 13th member. We want to talk to you about unconditional love. It doesn't exist. It's been put in the Bible because they wanted control. They didn't want you to understand that you are a spiritual being having an experience as a human being. They wanted you to give your love away. For if you keep giving your love away to other people, just think, if everybody give their love away to other people, then there'll be nobody loving themselves. I went, Mac said, yes, penny drop. I went, yeah. Basically, this all happened in about 5 seconds. What I'm telling you now, they keep coming in at the moment. They're here, but they keep dropping in, which is good. I'm not their puppet. They don't feed me. I'm not in trance. But you tell later, because they're going to come through and give you some, whoa, okay, fine, whopping news. I will, thank you. And he's saying it's about loving yourself. You have to love yourself first and foremost. And then you can love other people. So that's what we're going to leave you with at the moment. This message today, since we first started, at, well, 9:05. It's been 40 minutes. Well, doesn't time fly? Doesn't Earth time fly, we would say. Well, there's a time difference between us and you. Time is different where we are than in your Earth vibration. So, we will ask you now, for the ones who are listening here, to go into meditation now. For when you sit in meditation and you ask for healing for yourselves and for those loved ones or those who may be suffering in different corners of your world, you then receive healing for yourself. But what you send out to the universe, and we say it, send it out on a boomerang. But whatever you send out on a boomerang comes back. So send love out, healing, because it will return forthright to you with a greater amount. So on further ado, we are going to then go over to the healing, where we play the music, send your thoughts out, your feelings out, and then we'll come back into the questions and answer time. And then if what they just told me said there's something nice to say, channeling will allow them to come through. So any comments you have, please let them rest them a moment until we finish the meditation. And then when we come to the question and answer time, you can ask questions. But remember, if you ask a personal question and you get the answer, then you can always treat me to a coffee. And the link is in the comments near the top, I think. So this is me being cheeky, but you know what? I don't care. Right, folks. This is my voice is going a bit tired now. Let me see where I am. Oh, see now we're on now. Okay. I should have brought the computer closer, but I think this is it. Okay, there's going to be music playing. I think it's 10 minutes, maybe a bit more. Peace and quiet, meditate, see what comes to you. Anything interesting, let us know. If you feel love, if you feel peaceful, if you get upset, if you see, you feel, and it's a wonderful experience, let it go. That's what you're here for. You're here to experience, you're here to love yourself, and then love other people. Remember, fear, false evidence appearing real, and you are not supposed to live in fear. You are supposed to live in hope. H-O-P-E. Okay? Let's put the music on. Bye for now. Well, folks, I hope you have had a good meditation. Hope you've had some kind of recognition. That music to me is beautiful. It's by a friend of mine, Tim Wheater, and he's given me permission to use all of his music, and I kind of stick with the ones I like. Just don't complicate it all. So, how did you enjoy the meditation? Did you feel anything? Did you see anything? Tell us if you did. Have you all gone to sleep because nothing's coming through? There, somebody did come through, which is good. So yeah, I wonder who these people are who's speaking to me, because there's no name. So could I ask you to refresh your browser? That might help. So we've got a name, we've got Kimberly. That's good. Beautiful music. Yeah, beautiful music. I love it. I love this kind of music. Yeah, peaceful, tranquil. What the soul needs, doesn't it? What the soul needs. We need to be more peaceful. So I just wonder why I can't see who these people are who are putting the names on. Maybe I can look on my phone here and then I could tell who you are, because it's coming through here with the names. Zoe. Hello, Zoe. Yeah, that's brilliant, that. Thank you very much. Expansion to our hearts. Amanda Bradbury from, is it Spain or Italy? Love your talk before, so critical. This time I'm feeling less fear now. Amanda, thank you very much for your kind words. It's brilliant, isn't it? I mean, yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. Love it. So, this is your time. Let me explain what happens before we come into the question and answer time. When I come into the show like this, I totally have nothing in my head at all. You could call me empty head, which is great. For there's nothing in my heart as well, except love, I hope. But it's like saying, I just hope, you're right, hope is the right word there. I just hope that they fill that void, and they never let me down. They've never let me down. Okay, sometimes it's not as powerful. But me, in my materialistic mind, my body identified mind, think, oh, was that a good show? Oh, didn't really sound that good. Not many people came, but it doesn't matter. Time and time again, they've explained to me, the ones who are meant to listen, the ones who are meant to watch, the ones who are meant to be here, will watch, will see, will grow, will interpret it within their heart's sense, and they will have then a heart expansion. So that's what it's all about, having a heart expansion. Brilliant, isn't it? So my heart is expanding, and I'll go to bed tonight after I've had some food, watch a bit of TV, calm down. But you know what? I don't want to calm down. I really want, this is me wanting, really want to do justice to them. Say, right, so now it's your time. What are your questions for the council? What are your questions? Personal? You can ask personal questions. You can ask planetary questions. Sometimes they don't answer everything. We gave a reading to quite a well-established person this week, a healing master of his own, and they come through and they didn't answer every question because they want him to find the answers himself. And it was like really wonderful how they said it and how they brought it through. When I watched the video back after, I chuckled thinking, they've got a sense of humour. And they said, yeah, but we need somebody on the earth can portray our sense of humour coming through. So I said, is that why you chose? Well, is that why we're together? Yeah. Congratulations, 13th member. I went, okay, fine. So it's fun. Remember, you're here to have fun as well. Don't have fear. Amanda, I'm listening. Amanda, I'm talking to you. Don't have fear. And anybody else, don't have fear, because fear attracts fear. Go to bed tonight and smile. Feel that love in your heart. If you are living with somebody, you are sleeping with somebody, give them a hug. Put heart to heart. Expand your heart. It's great, isn't it? All I can do is put my hot water bottle there. It's been really cold, yeah. So I put my hot water bottle next to my heart. That's what I feel. So let me see the hearts. Let me see the hearts. Let's see. Give me your heart. Give me your heart. Be the highest, the brightest and the best. Okay, so what's your questions? Or are we wasting our time tonight asking the questions? Do you want any questions answered? If you've not any questions, that's fine. We will then just change scene and allow them to come through if they wish to come through. Well, if you're not focusing on what your guide tells you, what do you expect? If your person in spirit who walks and talks with you through your existence until you change your vibration, go higher or go lower, then your guide stays with you until you reach the vibrational change where your guide moves away and allows another guide to come in. When will the agenda in the UK collapse? You got to be a bit more precise about that. It's like, say, what agenda? Agenda of the cricket people, football players. Agenda of what? And I don't even know who's asking the question here. It's not coming on. Amanda, okay. What does the council have for us to live our best and highest? Well, they're going to come through with that. I'm sure they are. It's going to come through with that. But come on, folks. Give us something we can get our teeth into. Oh, they're here. Give us something we can get our teeth into. Don't be school kids. Come on. Government. Okay, government. Okay, I'm going to start with this first. How can we position ourselves in the US to deal with these times? There is toil and trouble in the US at the moment, but it won't last. There is a wave of pure light coming from the south of America. There's a wave of pure light coming from what you may call the Florida region. So, and it's coming up. I know what they mean. Oh, wow, amazing that, isn't it? Straight in. Wow. Oh, okay, thank you. I'm seeing love and light coming from the Florida area, but this Florida area is connected. It is a portal, and it is a portal that is being directed by a heavenly source of vibrational energy coming down and affecting what you may call a portion of Florida. Now, in that portion of Florida, it will grow. It will be like a pebble in a pond. It will ricochet out and then it will ricochet up. That is what is happening in America. So there's times in America that the ripple of love and light has not reached, but it will reach. So it's a matter of living in hope, being truthful to yourself, keeping away from those that put you in fear. If you can, form communities where you are looking after yourself, where you're fending as a community, where you leave nobody outside. You bring them in, and as you bring them in, you understand what love is all about, and then let the wave of love, which is coming from deep within America, South Florida, it is coming up. To those who know what I'm talking about, you will understand. When I say what I'm talking about, this is the image that they've given me. So be patient. Be patient. And then there will be ambassadors. Wow. Thank you. This love and light which is coming up, which has the potential to flood America and actually penetrate the Canadian border, because there is darkness coming from the Canadian border down, wanting to approach into America. So there's a darkness, there's a controlling that wants to come to attack America from the Canada. Wow. Understand what we're saying here. In a way, we're giving you eyes to see what's going on. So the Florida love and light is coming up. But sometimes it's going to take a little while to actually get to the places that have been infested with what you call the dark agenda. Now, the dark agenda are pushing back, but the love and light, which is being directed from above, from a higher vibrational energy field, understands this, and at the right time, it will double the energetic vibration field for it to move forward and through that which is being resistant. Wow. That's America. So those of you who are living in America, keep in touch, let me know. Keep in touch, let me know. Someone's asked, am I going to move? Well, do you want to move? Choice is yours. We can't tell you that. The choice is yours. You might change your mind. You might want to stay. You might want to move. We can't answer that. We're just saying nicely, it's totally up to you, how you feel, how you think, and what's going on. Can you tell us about the UK and the rest of Europe? Like we said, from this love and light coming up from the coast of Florida in the USA, there will be sparks flying across. There will be flight paths. There will be guidelines, ambassadors going to different parts of the world. Different parts of the world. Yes, we know Canada needs help now. They are in pain. We know that. For that Canada has an agenda. Not all Canadians, but people in power have the agenda to push their narrative. And we can speak like this because clarification has got to be understood. That those who have the eyes and the ears to see will be able to see, hear and understand. For those who want to walk with the sheep with the blinkers on, you will be slaughtered. Going back, we will make this more understandable. The love and light which is coming up from the base of Florida, that love and light contains people that will be dispersed and dispensed to different countries, to different governments, to shed the light. If the light is not shed, well, the light will be shed. But those who are in resistance will be moved from their seat of power. There you have it. America is love and light from Florida going upwards, sweeping through America. It will take its time. However, there are certain ambassadors who are in with the love and light that are working for the truth and the light and for the peace on earth, will be dispatched to different countries for them to see what you may call the manipulation and how to extract themselves from that manipulation. And then you will see a gradual heightening of a vibration that will affect 3/4 of your planet, but in time. It is not like you wake up tomorrow. It is like osmosis. It's a seep-through situation. It's like pregnancy. You put the seed there and it takes 9 months to grow. And in that 9 months, there are different stages of understanding. There are different stages of pain, of backache, of worry. Have you done the right thing? So it's a birthing plan. And when it gives birth, you will understand that there's a new beginning. They said that is all on that one. On that is all on that one. So I think we've just done that, Amanda. We've just actually said that more than, from what I understand, there cannot be any more explicit on that. They're giving me a picture that there is a seed that's been planted in the soil. You don't keep digging the seed up to see if it's growing. You leave it to grow, and then sooner or later it puts its shoot through the soil, and then you can water it. The spiritual gardener, call it God, call it his ambassadors, will come and water it. We'll give it the right water. Well, obviously, if it can be replanted, it can be put in the sunshine. So you've got water, you've got sun, you've got all the elements of growth. That is the human being. That is us now. We're being replanted. We are in what you may call a no man's land. It is war. And when it's a no man's land, you're fighting for that piece of land, which is territory, the right piece of land. It's like Gibraltar. There's so many fights for Gibraltar because it was positioned right in the Med. And that's why Spain wants it back, because they can control it. So having control, having an understanding, you can see what's coming. This is where the human beings are now. The ones who know can see what's coming and have the hope. And don't live in fear. Realize that tomorrow is a great day to stand in your power. I hope we've explained it in a way you can understand, ladies and gentlemen. For what we was going to explain in our words here, but through our partner, was about the love and light sweeping through America. But we've just explained it in a message, in an answer to someone's question. We know we are very good. Every time I go to ask a question, they're answering it before I can write the words. Do you not think we know what's happening, beloveds? Do you not think that we know who's going to be talking, who's going to be listening? This, and we keep saying to our partner, this is not a psychic show. And when people can understand it, if they want to understand it, or do they want to be fooled by Maya and delusion? For the ones of you who truly understand will open your eyes, will truly open your eyes, and you'll find the words that you can communicate with other people. And when you communicate with other people, You are communicating with yourself, beloveds. And when you communicate with yourself in the right way you feel, the right way you think, you're opening up a different dimension. You open that different dimension to your higher selves. Now, there are countless higher selves of you. So if you're limited your way, you are limiting to the one higher self. Now, as you go beyond, as you expand your region of thinking and feeling, you attract a greater higher self. And that greater higher self will communicate with you in ways that you think, what is going on here? And we always ask you to ask a question to yourself and then wait for the answer. And if it doesn't come, don't worry. It's going up to a higher self to answer. So ask yourself a question. And then if the answer to the question comes in and you can't stop it coming in, that means it's from your higher self. But if you can stop the answer coming in by your thought patterns, by your ego, that means it's from your ego. You're being answered by your ego. So ask yourself a question. And if you can't stop the answer coming in, that means it's from the higher self. Now, the higher self will never ever tell you to harm yourself, will never ever put you down, but your ego will. So if your ego is being detrimental to you, just watch it. But that higher self is full of love, is full of wisdom, is full of compassion. Do you know why it's that? Because it's part of your soul. And your soul is all knowing, all understanding. It's part of God. And you are God in minute form, in a miniature form. It's been our pleasure, been our real pleasure for tonight. You have quenched our thirst with a couple of coffees. But we've got no croissants yet off you, so hit that croissant bell. We have a great sense of humour tonight, for we are hungry over here, and there's 12 of us. It's feast or famine. It has been our pleasure, once again, and we look forward to coming back next week. If you will accept us, once again, and please have your questions ready, and watch and wait for the love energy sweeping through from Florida upwards through America, and then ambassadors go into different countries to shine their love and their light. Remember, there is an agenda against mankind to depopulise mankind. So in a way, you have to be thinking and feeling from your heart, from your higher self. You have to be as wise as wolves, but in sheep's clothing. You cannot do it alone, beloveds. Not one single soul can do it, but collectively come together, collectively stand, collectively love, hope, move forward. Then you know what's happening. I have somebody stepping forward here, and I'm being asked to change the scene. I'm being asked to change the scene. So just give me a second, folks. I'm stopping. Somebody step forward from the count to 12 here. So I should have brought my computer a bit closer. So I wonder what this scene. No, we don't want that. What's this one? No, we don't want that. Where's the armor plate? Okay, fine. This will do. Okay. Wow. I'm going all shivery. Thank you. Oh. Ooh, are you ready for this? Good evening, beloveds. You may have read in the Bible that I watched my son being put to death on the cross, on the crucifixion of fear. But hope reigned with all those that could see him being crucified. And hope reigned 3 days after, when his astral form was shown to the disciples. It is not often that I come through like this, but I wish to bring love and understanding. I, Mother Mary, the Mother of Jesus Christ, a member of the Council of 12, will not stand by and allow the human race to be manipulated, to be put in shackles, and to be murdered systematically by those who think they have control. We have watched, we have waited, and we stand together as a collective army over here. As a collective army, we asked him to put this photograph on today. You are well prepared for the battle. We ask you to never fear, to have an understanding that you are a spiritual gladiator and you have all the training from past incarnations, from past lives that you can pull on. You know who to speak to, you know who to rally round, you know the people you can trust. You know when fear starts to be getting at you, you know what you have to do. Then you must come from love and light and understanding for yourself first and foremost, and come together. For we speak in a way that each and every one of you is what you may call a disciple. So sometimes the disciples in what you may call the book have to be tried and tested. This is like your testing time, beloveds, for you to stand up and be counted and to move the message forward that mankind cannot be trapped, cannot be assimilated, cannot be murdered. Your old folks who have served their life through pain, through the wars, should not be systematically removed off the planet by a vaccine. There will be karmic consequences for those who are putting people over the threshold of life and death. We say that again to you. There will be personal karmic consequences for people who are pushing the elderly or the young over the threshold of life and death for their own inducement. This is our message, which is very easy to understand when you're taking the time to listen in again. We will not stand by. We will marry the forces to come together for the ones who can listen and the ones who want to move forward. Individually, you cannot do this. Listen to the words. Individually, you cannot do this. But collectively, come together as a sin army of love, an army of passion and peace. Then you will see the difference. Remember, the Florida wave of light coming up from Florida and going through America. This can happen in different places, in different countries, for the same reason, freedom. I will leave that with you. They're telling me it's time to go for this moment. Remember the words. You are enough. Do not let anybody put you down. You are enough. Stand in your power. Feel your love and let your higher selves guide. On that note, beloveds, this is Dennis. I will say good night, God bless. I would say thank you to Mother Mary and the Council of 12 who came through then. I hope you come back next week. Let me know your thoughts, please. Write me a message, send me a message, buy me a coffee, hit the link, whatever. See you next week. If you would like a consultation, a channeling, a reading from the Council of 12 regarding your spiritual path, then please contact me and we'll see what we can do. On that note, beloveds, blessed be to you all, and see you soon. Good night, God bless. Love you all. Okay, bye for now. Night, night, everybody. Night, night, God bless. Night, night, God bless.